Hi everyone. In the last class, I explained about has a relation, but there has a relation we achieved using parameterized constructor as well as toString method. Now here has a relation using setters and getters, and these 2 points are very important. Has a relation through constructor and using setters. These are actually called in Spring. We call it as a constructor injection as well as a setter injection in dependency injection concept. Okay. So we need to concentrate much on has a relation. Now, example I'm taking is the same employee as well as address. Now let me take one class. Is a class name public class address class I am taking. One second. I'm taking the address class address.java. I just want to make it a Pojo class or Bean class. Here I'm taking two variables private string. One is a street and the second one is a city. So we need to define setters and getters, right? Here it is. We are simply writing every setter method and every getter method. Set street. It is taking that street. We know that this dot street equals to street. Next one is a set city string city. This dot city equals to city. Next one is a getters. So return type is a string. Get street. When you are calling, it will return that street. Return street, and in the same way, public string get city. When you are calling, it will return that city. Simple way of writing Bean, or we can say that Pojo class. In this one, now this is address class. Without has a relation, first let me explain about main. First, I'm creating the object of this class, address class. Here, address addr equals to new address of zero argument constructor, because there is no parameterized constructor here. Only the default constructor is there. So we are creating the object using the default constructor. The next one is we need to set the values. Address dot set street, and we are passing the value. And address dot set city, we are passing the value. This is. So when you are calling the methods, setter methods, we are passing the values. The value will go and store here, and the values will setting the street and setting the city. Right after that, if you want to display, simply here it is, we can say that details are through getter methods only we need to call. Address dot get street method, just a comma separator. Address dot get city method. When you are executing, what all the values we are setting, the values will be written and the values printing. This is the street and this is the city. Here it is. First, we are creating one address object we created. After creating the object, we are setting the values street and city, and then using the getter methods we are printing. Using the getter methods we are printing. That is. The next one is, right, here it is. We are taking another class, public class. Class name is employee. Employee has address now. The same story. The first one, I'm taking the name, private string name. First, for this name only, I'm writing getters and setters. Public void set name is taking that name and it will set the value. This dot name equals to name. Next one, same public void get name. Get name, it will return that name. Is a which type? Return type is a string type. Here it is a set name method and here it is a get name method. Both are. It's the same story. From the main, I'm creating object of employee. EMP is equals to new employee, setting the value, set name. Set name. This is address. Is the address details. I'm writing address. Setting the name I'm giving. Now I just want to display the details. Just employee details. Employee details is the same story. EMP dot get name. As of now, there is no has a relation. We defined two individual classes, bean classes, or you can say Pojo classes. We are creating the objects for these two individually and we are setting the values. Now, we are establishing the has a relation between these two classes. Employee has a relation. Private, look at this. Private, it's not string and it's not integer. Sir, what is this type? It is address type. Address ADDR. See how you have written getter and setter method for this variable name. In the same way, you need to give setter and getter method for this address. So we are writing here public void set address. It is taking address variable and it will assign this dot address is equal to address. Next, public void get address. No, it will return that address. So what is the return type? This is important. Address type. See, if the variable type is a string type, here while setting you need to specify the type, while getting the value you need to set that type. If the type is a address type, right, same variable, same types you need to specify here as well as here. Two simple things. That is. Now here, whenever you are creating object of employee, how you set the value name. Now in the same way, you need to set the value address also. Name emp dot set address. Set address of. So remove all these things now. Remove all these things. Address object is ready. Right, employee object is ready. Now to the employee, after setting the name, you need to set address. Object you need to pass as input here. That is. And important point here it is printing the details. I'm removing this one also. Name okay. Employee dot get name happy. Employee dot get name. When you are executing this, that name you will get. But the point is, if you want to display the street, employee dot get employee dot get address, just a comma separator I am giving, employee dot get address. This point is very, very important. Whenever you are calling get address method, yes, it will return that address, nothing but object it will return. I'll show you that here. Just compile and run. Look at this. Address at the rate 5EC DDF8F. You know that the hexadecimal format, hash code object. We don't want address. With the help of address, we need, see again, dot get street. Like this you need to call. Now with the help of that address, it will return the street also. Why it is giving null value? Get street we are calling. Here to the address we didn't set values. I just removed na address dot set street. Set street. Address dot set city. Set city. Now if you run this code, look at the output of this code. The two values are printing. Hope you got the point. In the same way, if you want to write comma separator, emp dot again get address dot get city. Now we are executing. Now we are executing this way. So this is how we are accessing using getters and setters. How we are implementing as a relation using setters and getters. This is the way. Suppose along with getters and see getters and setter methods are used to access elements individually. Sir, I want to access all at once. All at once. So it's easy by overriding the toString method, you know already. Right? Public string toString. Public string toString with the help of this one. I'm not explaining this one. You have to try. Because in the last session, I already explained clearly. Now in this one, I explained everything using getters and setter methods. Has a relation through constructor, has a relation through setters and getters, very, very important. These two are only the concepts of right getter, setter injection as well as constructor injection in dependency injection concept. Remember that.